All right, so today is Friday, October 9th, 2020, and it's about 3:20 in the afternoon. Just doing a walkthrough video of some of the things that have been done. I did a video earlier this morning, or rather this afternoon, sometime like that, of the house that we had worked on and really done so much work to take it down. This is a walkthrough of some other things that are just taking place in the camp. Now, not everything that I'm going to be looking at is the way that it's going to be left. So it's a little messy, a little sloppy, but we're kind of in the middle of cleanup time. Right now, Bud, Tim, and Jay are down at the field doing some dozer work and some shooting. I said I'd stay behind, do a little bit of cleanup, which I am in the middle of. So, got some wood that I need to stack there. That's just some old cedar. That stuff just burns so well. And I really wanted to do a little bit more this trip, splitting, but I have enough for a winter visit or two. More than that, and I probably won't. So, at any rate, there are those chairs. Those will obviously get put back in there. Out of water in that jug, but plenty in the others. That's going to be a nice thing to have, especially when more people come up. So behind here we have a pine log and kind of a bigger round there, and then the other part of the tree there, and a cedar. That cedar I'm probably going to end up using for a bench. It just looks so nice and wouldn't be hard to do. That pine I'm probably going to cut into 8 to 12 inch lengths, maybe even 6 inch. Split that up because that's going to be real nice inside the bunkhouse. Bunkhouse is holding up really well. Really pleased with how it's doing. Love that color on there. It just kind of helps it blend in just a little bit better, makes it look a little bit nicer. We have fewer cinder blocks than we had before because we had used some for the outhouse that's being built. I'll get to that in here in a second. But overall, it's been a really good trip. Ground's looking really nice out here. Down below, you can see kind of all along this ridge there, the little sapling things are coming back up. So I'll have to come up and clean that up in the spring. And then I want to go ahead and all this, just the thick brushy stuff. All I want to do is just cut it and lay it down. That's all I want to do. So there's the project. We'll get to that in a second. Not much to speak of in here. Not much has changed, I don't think, actually, in here. 4 guys in this little thing gets a little cramped. So we didn't really spend hardly any time in here. It does show the obvious need for something larger. But didn't get the foam up like I wanted to. That loft is still really nice to have. This is not a representation of what's going to stay or come with. Still have to figure that part out yet. I've got the drip edge. I didn't put that on. I don't think I'm going to get to it this trip, but I'll leave it up here, and it'll be here when I need it, when I'm ready to. So that's kind of the nice thing is, yeah, I didn't get to it, but I can come back for it. So Jay stayed both nights. We had 2 nights. He stayed both nights inside his one-man. It's kind of a larger one-man tent, which he's a big guy. And he's like 6'4" or something like that. So that worked out really well for him, actually. It worked out well for us because it's just tight in there. This insulation here, that's the stuff that needs to go inside the bunkhouse, and I've got more. So we'll see. Well, that's the grate for the front of the tractor with the battery. You just need to take those batteries out. We got new batteries for the side-by-side and the tractor, and they are working great. Might have to do something new for the dozer. Not really sure yet. Got lots of this tin here, and I had gotten some 6-foot lengths, but I might actually have to go back and get some of the 8-footers, just because this outhouse that we are starting to put together and framing up and everything like that, looking great, looking good, looking fine, it's coming together, and it's pretty big. It's 4 pallets, so what are we thinking, about 6 by 8, roughly? 6 by 8, which is pretty big for an outhouse. Got some extra material here for the siding. So it's kind of what we're looking at here. Spent a good amount of time, probably about 2 hours, just getting it it's not to say level or relatively square. It's not far from that. But so I gotta build a roof system for that. Throw up a roof on it. But just have it braced a little bit because we're just gonna leave it like this. And you know, the nice thing is when I do get up in here to clear out this brush, it'll be a little, you know, be plenty big and give kind of a nice privacy, but you don't have to walk all the way down there, which you can see the Biffy way down there. I'm contemplating bringing it up, just setting it in here for some scope on just how big this is. It's pretty massive. So yeah, this is nice. I do like this. It is pretty big, and they were kind of wondering, wow, do you really need to make it that big? Or there was at least the thought, does it really need to be this big? It certainly doesn't. But to be honest, when you're out here and let's say you've got a ton of layers on and you're trying to be quick about it because you don't want to, you don't want to go in there unless you absolutely need to, and you got a bunch of layers on and you're trying to go, you don't want to be in a cramped space. And it's actually big enough where I could build a center wall or a partition and put in a couple. So as far as the door, I'm not sure if I'm going to put that off center. I'm pretty sure at this point, but if I do a couple, then either 2 doors, obviously at that point, or yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm thinking about bringing that up, but right now, this is good. Got a lot of material left down there, that house, which is really, really fun to see how that came along, and pretty pleased with it. So great trip overall. Good to have new guys up here for new perspective and everything like that. I think I'm gonna throw that thing in there and then clean up a little bit, then go ahead and head down there and see the guys. Over and out.